If you're an eBay reseller and while you're outsourcing, you feel like you're only supposed to pick up BOLOs, well, I have a funny little story about something that just got shipped off today. If you're new here, my name is Hope, and I have some crazy chickens outside. My husband Michael and I are full-time eBay resellers, and on this channel, we're just sharing what it's like to build a simple business that supports a simple lifestyle and allows us to focus on the things that are most important to us. Over the course of the past year and building this business up from zero, we definitely made some sacrifices and we're trying to get some things realigned. So the past few weeks, we have made the decision to scale back on our daily listings to avoid growing our inventory versus our sales. I'm pleased to report that today's little trip to the post office with Package Princess included 6 packages. But among those 6 packages, one was actually 4 items in one. And that's where the BOLO story comes in. Now, we focus on men's clothing in our store. We sell the whole gamut: jeans, shorts, khaki pants, dress shirts, casual shirts, sweatshirts, blazers, and ties. Now, we don't sell a ton of blazers and ties, but when we come across good ones, we try to always pick some up. Michael has definitely been known to pick up some things that I definitely would not pick up. And I admittedly roll my eyes, and I have to say that he is often right about it, and it drives me crazy, but it does not make me angry because I do like making money. He was in the habit of picking up a particular brand of tie called Puritan. And if you know Puritan, you probably understand where I'm coming from. But I would say, honey, Puritan is a Walmart brand. Like, there's not going to be anybody who's going to be willing to buy Puritan ties on eBay. Well, color me wrong. One package that we just sent today had not 1, but 4 Puritan ties in it. And they were not just Puritan ties. They were Puritan clip-on ties. I never would have thought to buy that, but I think that it just really does go to show that there is an audience, or there is a buyer for pretty much everything that you can find. We talked about this last week in our live, how sometimes we find things that we buy at a particular store and we really like it. And then we decide months or maybe even years later that we want more of that. And we go back to the store and they no longer carry it. This is obviously the case with Puritan ties, because once these 4 ties sold, I did get on Mr. Google Pants, as somebody says, and do a little research about who sells Puritan clothing. And it turns out I was right that it is Walmart, but Walmart quit selling or discontinued the Puritan brand back in 2010. So that means that if you had anything, and Puritan was basically men's kind of dressier clothes. So if you liked the way a pair of Puritan pants fit you, or a Puritan tie, or a Puritan shirt, you can't find that anymore. So the place that you're going to be able to find it is going to be eBay, and a store similar to ours where someone has sourced it someplace to carry in their store. So the moral of that little BOLO story is that not everything that you source needs to be a BOLO. Bread and butter items, people's favorites, just everyday clothing or everyday items can become bread and butter of your store. Now that I've shared that celebration, I also want to share some things that I am extremely grateful for. One is that we have seen over the course of this couple of weeks that I have been sharing about our right sizing journey, that our 90-day sales that we check every morning, that number has been steadily increasing. And that is because we are a small store and small changes can have a big outcome. So I'm very grateful for the fact that we are small, that we are able to pivot and adjust as we need to. And as a result, we are going to need to bump up our daily listings starting tomorrow because we have reached the point now where our daily sales or the daily number of sales and our daily number of listings are dead even. So we don't want eBay to think that our store is declining. We want to continue to be fresh, and so we're going to bump that up just a little bit. But again, because we're small, that little bit can make a big difference. So we're hoping to see that that will continue to increase our sales as a result. I am also extremely grateful for the fact that we have a business that we are able to build the way we want. We're able to set our schedules, set our pace, set our own goals, and it allows us to do something that is very important to us, and that is to have our what we call a slow cup of coffee mornings. It allows us to be able to make our quiet time and our study in the Word priority, something that we can do together rather than running in different directions, going to jobs in different places. Another thing that I'm grateful for is the physical and mental work that this job requires and encourages. If we've learned anything as we age, it is that if we want to be able to continue to move and to think and to be active, we have to move and think and be active. And we need to do that on a daily basis. So I love the fact that our eBay store requires all of that of us. And my hope is that we will be able to do this for many years to come. Another thing that I am grateful for right now is the fact that while we were outsourcing yesterday, first of all, we were able to find more than enough items to continue the pace that we need to for the number of daily listings. We found good items. We didn't have to pay up, and we even actually came in under our sourcing budget, which was wonderful because after we do our sourcing, we go and do a little bit of grocery shopping at Aldi. And one of the things that we check on a weekly basis, even though we didn't need them, I always check the price of eggs to gauge how we were doing economically. I was thrilled to see that egg prices were down about 50 cents a dozen. I also shared on Facebook that I can't believe that I'm celebrating the fact that eggs are $3.94 a dozen, but I'm thankful to see that drop and I'm praying that it will continue. The other thing that I saw was that gas prices were down about 20 cents from a week ago. Hopefully, we will continue to see prices drop in the weeks and months to come so that we will feel the benefit of that in the sales of our stores. Another thing that I'm grateful for is that you've taken the time to listen to this video, and I would love to know how your sales are doing. Are you seeing an increase? Are you seeing any changes in the things that people are buying in your store? I'd love to celebrate that with you. So share a comment below and let me know how your store is doing. Are you seeing an increase for the month of May? I sure hope so. If you're looking for some ideas for ways to increase your sales, I'm going to pop a video over here from a relatively recent live where Michael talks about how he runs our sales. It may be something you might want to check out. It is a lengthy conversation, but it might be a good one. I'll be back tomorrow for day 19 of this right sizing challenge with an update. And until then, you have a blessed day.